wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Lauren LaRosa is here, our guest co-host. What up, Tiz?
Good morning, Lauren. Good morning, DJ Envy and Charlamagne the Guy.
Peace.
Good morning.
Now, tonight in NFL, the Panthers take on the Bears at 8:15 Amazon Prime Video. Have you watched the game on Amazon Prime yet, Charlamagne?
No, I have not
Me
watched
either.
the game on Amazon Prime yet, but that's only because my Cowboys have yet to play on Amazon Prime. But as soon as we play on a Thursday night on Amazon Prime, I shall be watching.
Lauren, you don't watch football, do you?
I watched it last Sunday.
Who
Okay.
you watch?
The Cowboys and the Eagles.
Okay,
Who
okay.
won?
The
You didn't watch
Cowboys?
the whole game? No, the Eagles
Eagles.
won.
I was eating crabs. I wasn't really paying attention. It was just on.
It was just on?
My family had it on.
Okay.
We got a couple Thursday night games coming up though. We play the Redskins on a Thursday night, and we play Seattle on a Thursday night. Actually, on that one will be on Prime Video.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be on the one against Seattle. Will be on Prime Video.
Well, let's get to the Republican debate recap last night.
Yeah, a lot to unpack. I wish I could unpack it all, but Senator Tim Scott, he led with about 19 minutes of speaking time, so he spoke the most. Former Governor Chris Christie had the least amount of speaking time, around 16 minutes. I'm going to give you guys a few highlights. There were so many. Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley clearly went back and forth all night. She was clearly seen as somebody that folks, or at least he wanted to take down because she's rising in the polls. First, he said she was Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels, and Nikki responded that no, actually they're 5 inches, and she does not wear them as a fashion statement, but as ammunition. But then they continued to go back and forth about a disagreement about TikTok. He mentioned her daughter, and she wasn't having it. Let's take a listen.
How do you get TikTok banned if you use it?
Well, I want to laugh at why Nikki Haley didn't answer your question, which is about looking at families in the eye. In the last debate, she made fun of me for actually joining TikTok while her own daughter was actually using the app for a long time. So you might want to take care of your family first.
Leave my
before
daughter
preaching to
out of your
anybody else,
voice.
your adult daughter. The next generation of Americans are using it. And that's actually the point. You have her supporters propping her up. That's fine. Here's the truth.
You're just
the easy
scum.
answer is actually to say that we're just going to ban one app. We got to go further.
Leave my daughter out of your voice.
You're just scum.
You're just scum.
You're just scum.
She said, leave my daughter out of your voice. Not your mouth, not on
I
your
think
on
she
your
meant mouth,
voice.
but that's what came. She was
Yeah,
mad.
she was mad.
She was pissed.
She was hot.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
That's how you know she's from South Carolina. You're gonna get close to her. Okay.
Yeah.
I may not say mouth, but you know what I mean.
You know what I meant.
Leave my daughter out
Yeah.
your voice.
Folks saw that completely unnecessary. But then there was, two different opinions on abortion. Speaking of South Carolina, I want you to hear Nikki Haley's position compared to Tim Scott's position. And as we know, when we covered the election results yesterday, that abortion was definitely, they're looking at that as a litmus test. And so Republicans are still trying to figure out where they stand on that issue. And I want you to hear these two different opinions.
Post-Roe, a wrong was made right. They took it out of the hands of unelected justices and they put it in the hands of the people. And now we're seeing states vote. And what I'll tell you is, as much as I'm pro-life, I don't judge anyone for being pro-choice, and I don't want them to judge me for being pro-life. So when we're looking at this, there are some states that are going more on the pro-life side. I welcome that. There are some states that are going more on the pro-choice side. I wish that wasn't the case, but the people decided. But when it comes to the federal law, which is what's being debated here, be honest, it's going to take 60 Senate votes, a majority of the House, and a president to sign it. So no, we haven't had 60 Senate votes in over 100 years. We might have 45 pro-life senators. So no Republican president can ban abortions any more than a Democrat president can ban these state laws. So let's find consensus.
I would certainly, as President of the United States, have a 15-week national limit. I would not allow states like California, Illinois, or New York to have abortion up until the day of birth.
So, yeah, abortion was a issue. There was also a lot discussed on foreign policy. We know Nikki Haley's a former United Nations ambassador, so she had a lot to say about that. Her and DeSantis went back and forth with China. I urge everybody to go listen to that. I wish I could cover it all. But what I found interesting is at the end, I watched it on CNN. They've been polling these Iowa voters, the same voters after each debate. This was the third one. And you can literally see how they've switched their position. And a lot of it had to do with where Trump stands, in his criminal charges. Last night, they said that Haley came in first. DeSantis was a strong second. They see the race between these two. But what I find interesting, guys, is no one wants to believe the polls when it comes to Joe Biden. You know, they say don't believe the polls, but everybody wants to believe the polls when it comes to Trump. And I think if folks are going to throw polls out the window, then don't assume that Donald Trump will be the nominee. The voters in the room said that they would love to vote for Donald Trump, but they would not vote for him to be the nominee because of his criminal charges. So this race could very well be Joe Biden or whoever the Democrats select as their nominee against DeSantis or Nikki Haley. And so that is the larger question, that I think folks are missing. They're just assuming it's going to be Trump, and he still has to become the nominee before folks start saying who's the best person to run against Trump.
That's very true. The abortion conversation was interesting too, because it felt like Nikki Haley refused to commit to any specific abortion ban, and I'm pretty sure that's because abortion is kicking their ass at the polls.
That's right.
And that's not going to fly, because stripping away people's rights to do anything is not going to fly, because you may not care about people's right to get an abortion being stripped away, but it won't stop at abortion. I'm not supporting anyone who is for taking people's rights to do anything away, because it starts at abortion, but it ain't gonna stop there.
Yeah, I feel she was pretty strong on her position, because she said it's you can't ban it, so let the states decide. She was, to me, I heard her being very clear about being pro-life, but she said she's not going to sell this dream that the federal government can do anything about it, because they don't have the votes to do anything about it. So what's the point of standing up there saying we need to ban it, knowing good and well you can't? And that was Tim Scott's position.
Yeah, she said she would only sign a bill that can get through Congress.
Right, and she knows it can't. So, it's kicking their ass at the polls. So Republicans got to figure it out. I just want people to remember, don't assume that Trump will be the nominee, because these voters are changing their position on Trump. So whoever Biden has to be prepared to run against DeSantis or possibly Nikki Haley.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Now get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Again, 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is here.
Yes,
and let's
sir.
get in some front page news. What up, Tiz?
What's going on, DJ Envy? Good morning, Lauren and Charlamagne the Guy.
Good
He
morning.
said.
Now, the Panthers take on the Bears tonight in NFL. Amazon Prime Video at 8:15 if you have Amazon Prime. And let's jump right into it. I just heard that the co-captain, the black brother in the Montgomery Riverfront Brawl, was charged. How you charge him?
Yeah, you're going to have to help me make this make sense. Yes, guys, the black guy that threw his hat up in the air is now being charged with third-degree assault. Take a listen to the report.
Well, more than 3 months after the Montgomery Riverfront Brawl, charges have been filed against the riverboat's co-captain. Online court records show Damian Pickett is charged with third-degree assault. CNN is reporting that in a new complaint. One of the original defendants, Zachary Shipman, alleges he was not attempting to fight Pickett, all during an argument over a dockside parking spot. Shipman says he was only defending himself and suffered a bruised cheekbone after Pickett punched him in the face. That altercation quickly grew to an all-out brawl, all captured on video, igniting a social media firestorm. Shipman was previously charged with assaulting Pickett and is scheduled to go on trial later this month. He has pled not guilty. Pickett has not yet entered a plea.
Montgomery
That
doesn't
sounds
have
crazy.
self-defense laws? Like, he was clearly being attacked. He clearly was being lynched, so he defended himself, and then Good Samaritans came to his aid. Like, what's the problem here?
Yeah, that sounds wild.
Yeah, you see how they slid it in 3 months later, though? Did y'all notice that?
Mm-hmm.
After all of the conversation was about it, everybody was paying attention. This is why it's important that we continue to follow these stories, because if this had happened at the beginning, a lot of people would have rallied around this. So what basically is happening is they're saying that one of the guys, Zachary Shipman, that wasn't the one that hit him first. Zachary Shipman is one of the white men that were involved, when everything started happening, and Shipman is saying that he was defending himself against Pigman. But to your point, Charlamagne, the fact that the black guy was hit first in the very beginning, everything after that should have been self-defense, but that's not what they're saying.
Yeah, I knew that's how they was gonna spin it, though.
Can he use
Yeah, I
it
knew
as a
that's how they was
defense?
gonna
They all
spin it.
looked alike. when they came at him.
Well, and not only that, you under duress. You under duress. You know what I mean? And if you feel like you're being jumped, all you doing is just swinging. You don't know.
being jumped.
You don't know who's coming at you.
Nah, he was being jumped. Like he was trying to do his job, and numerous of white people came up to him, and he just was defending himself.
And if you're being jumped, you just swinging. You just trying to get out of the situation. But I knew that if you watch the video, there was plenty of people who didn't necessarily hit this person who got hit by somebody else.
But if you don't want no action, don't come over here. Because I gotta, I'm getting jumped. So anybody who wants that action, I'm thinking is coming to jump me.
Here's the thing, though. I'm happy. Here's the thing. Regardless of what the consequences were for what those individuals did, I'm glad they did it. So you just have to deal with whatever comes your way.
Yeah, but he shouldn't get charged because now he might lose his job. There's other things that come with being charged and being arrested like that.
But you got to flip it on the other side, though, because there's plenty of white people who were swinging on black people who didn't necessarily hit them either.
Yeah, but it all started because all he was trying to do was his job.
Matter.
And he didn't do anything.
I get what you're saying, but
it's different. Those white people started something that didn't need to be started. He was doing his job.
A couple of white people started something. Not all of them.
Yeah, but if you join in, I'm defending myself.
That's not how it works.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
If you and Lauren swing and Red comes over here.
That's how it should work, but that's not how it works. Forget what you think the law should be. The law is what it is, But I'm just happy that even with that, I want people to be willing to deal with the consequences of their actions. Because guess what? Sometimes things like that are going to happen. I'm not going to sit around and watch somebody be attacked. I'm going to get involved. And guess what? If I catch a charge for that, so be it.
Yeah, but he was the one that was being attacked.
Catch a charge.
But he was the one being attacked.
We need to give them a national holiday. I don't care about these charges. All them people looked alike, and I hope that his lawyer says it in court.
No, he was the one that was being attacked. And if people are keep coming up to him, he don't know who's. He thinks that everybody's fighting.
By the way, he's probably going to beat. By the way, he's probably going to beat it in court.
He does.
We totally agree. I hear what both of you guys are saying. Like, with 3-6 Mafia, they said take the charge. So I'm willing to take the charge. So, but I hear what you're saying, Envy. Like, why should there be a charge in the first place?
He was minding his business.
But this is the guy that didn't hit him first. But still, it's not about who hit it first. I'm swinging on everybody. But I do want to make sure that I'm driving the point home on how we have to. Remember, I covered an update on the Montgomery Brawl earlier this week. When folks talk about this and then they just go on to the next thing. The point we also need to see is how they slide this in, 3 months later after all of the conversation has gone. So as another reminder, Reggie Ray, who is the chairman, that is a black guy that hit everybody with the chair. He will be going for trial on November 16th. So I'll be following that as well.
Now, by the way, we knew he was getting charged.
We knew that, though.
We knew he was getting charged.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing.
Because that brother was he was actually working, doing his job.
It's the same thing. This man picked up that chair, and anybody could get it. Bottom line, point blank,
it's not the same thing. Because
it's the same exact thing.
They jumped into the action.
So did the guy with the chair.
No, the black brother was doing his job, and he was attacked. He was assaulted.
The guy with the chair took the chair.
That did not matter.
The guy with the chair. The guy with the chair was helping the brother out.
We don't need you to take a stand if you don't know how things work. All right. This man took that chair.
No,
and he started swinging on any white person that was in the vicinity.
Way, I'm going to tell my kids that he's an Avenger.
Maybe this is a good call. We need to toss out to the listeners. Should the black man that threw his hat up in the air, should he be charged? Maybe that's a good call.
Of course they're going to say no, but that don't got nothing to do with how things actually are. But it's the same thing with the guy. We watched that video, and when we saw that dude hit that woman with that chair, we was like, oh yeah,
we knew that was totally two different things.
No, it's not. It's the same thing because that woman ain't had nothing to do with him.
Right, but the brother,
he just took that chair and started swinging.
But the brother was working. He was doing his job, and those
doesn't matter what led up to it.
No, but they hit him first. They attacked him first. When he threw up his hat, they hit him first. They assaulted him first.
The person that he's being charged with hitting is not one of the people who hit him.
Right, but once you come in my zone after you're jumping me, am I supposed to be like, wait a minute, did you hit me or you try like?
And that's the same thing with the person with the chair.
It's a mob at that point. I'm trying to defend myself.
The person with the chair was just swinging.
No,
that's why he got charged.
That's totally different.
I do want to make a correction on that. The white man is also facing assault charges as well. So but it was who hit who first. Basically, they charging everybody. All charges matter. They're just going across the board and saying everybody gonna get something. The white man, the black man, everybody. That they basically just going across the board. So yeah, the white man and his girlfriend were charged, but he was not the one that hit him first. The one that had that made him throw the hat up. It was another white guy that started it. To start it all.
And I'm sure. Listen, and I'm sure it'll all get worked out in court. 9 times out of 10, all this stuff will get
dropped or
Yeah.
Or lesser.
Pleaded out.
Not the guy with the chair though. He gonna get something. He gonna get probation.
He gets
that dude who hit that white woman with the chair getting probation.
He get a little something.
He needs a day in Montgomery.
Right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you.
We had some other updates, but I guess I knew that was going to spark a good conversation. So we'll give you more tomorrow.
All right, when we come back, Leslie Effin Jones will be joining us. Leslie Jones, she has a new book, Leslie Effin Jones. We're going to talk to her when we come back, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.